Alright guys, welcome back to the TheJanticJournal. Yeah, it's probably not going to work for the intro, but get ready to do some painting here today. I'm going to use the respirator, just, I think it's a little better. I mean, even if it just gives you a little headache, it's like, why even mess around with that? But, so anyways, we're ready to paint today. I'm just going to do a little bit of a primer first on them. I have the frame right here. The fork is behind the camera, hung up as well. Everything's ready to go. I hit it with some brake cleaner, and then wiped it off, made sure there's no residue. So, yeah, I'm going to get into it, hit them with some gray primer. Alright, so at this point the second coating of primer has been laid on. It seems like the whole frame and front fork took about 1 can per coat, so 2 cans of primer, and then same for the top coat as well, 2 coats of that. As you can see, I just have some coat hangers holding it up to some hooks I just screwed into the floor joist for the floor above. But yeah, it came out pretty good uniform, pretty good uniform coat on it. So yeah, I'm pretty happy with it. And now it's time for the regular color, the top coat, and it's the engine enamel, Chevy engine red. So it goes on pretty thick, pretty good. But I'm no body guy, so this is as good as I can do right here. Okay, so you saw me paint the frame and the fork. I just took them off, put them in back. Now that my garage floor is red, it's time to paint the wheels. So I did basically the same process on the wheels as I did the frame as far as cleaning them. I used a lot of the paint stripper and then just cleaned up what needed to be cleaned up with either like a wire brush or sandpaper. It came out pretty good. One of them was a lot worse than the other. I think the rear was a lot worse than the front. But yeah, I got the valve stems masked off a little bit. I'm not going to mask off the bearings on the end. I'm just going to paint it because I'm going to go with an aluminum color. So, it won't look too bad. If I was going like yellow or a white or some color like that, I'd tape off the bearings or punch them out while I painted it. But they should look okay painted aluminum color. Okay, so I painted the frame the reddish color, so I used the gray primer, and then I'm going to paint this aluminum, which is close to gray, so I'm going to use the red oxide color primer, just so I have more contrast and I can see where I filled and where I missed. The primer looks pretty good. It's sat for about 10 to 15 minutes. I definitely went heavier on the rear wheel, but that looks alright. So I'll go ahead and spray it. This is the color we're going to go with. It's aluminum. So yeah, this is how you turn steel into aluminum with a can. Alright guys, I'm back. The paint is done. I let it sit. It's probably sat for about 45 minutes now. As you can see, it's looking pretty good. I mean, I just sprayed it from a rattle can, so it's definitely got a lot of like orange peel to it, but that's okay. That's alright. It's only a mini bike. So we got this frame painted and a fork over here. Let me show you what I used. I used just some Rust-Oleum primer. I got it at AutoZone. It works pretty good. I mean, it sprayed all right. It sprayed all right. I'm never a fan of the big fan of the Rust-Oleum stuff. I used to be for spray cans. I used to always love the Dupla color, but they stopped carrying that at AutoZone for some reason. So that's what I used for the primer. Here's what I used for the paint. I actually used an engine enamel. I like it for, you know, stuff like this, or you know, like the lawnmowers. I'll show you those in a video sometime. Right now they're just neglected in an embarrassing state. But yeah, I used some engine enamel, and you know, I think it's a little heavier, a little stronger. Of course, it has Chevy engine red, which is the color I wanted. So yeah, looking pretty good. Looking pretty good. Yeah, I didn't do any recording while I was painting. I didn't want to get paint all over the lens and everything. There was quite a bit of overspray, as you can see. The floor is red. So yeah, I'm definitely looking forward to getting this put together. I'm not going to do anything with it tonight. I'll let it sit, and then probably in a day or two I'll start bolting stuff on, and hopefully not having to take them back off again.